Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about low content publishing and specifically how to actually choose a low content book idea. So if that interests you, stick around.
Okay, so as Chris said, we're basically going to be going into how to actually choose a book topic, make sure that it's profitable, and we're doing this specifically for low content, and then at the end we'll also sort of explain to you how to make sure that you're choosing the correct keywords for your actual book's title when you're going to launch it.
If you're watching this now and thinking, what is the difference between low content and high content? Let's just clarify that for you, just nice and easy, nice and quickly. Yeah. Okay, so low content publishing, strictly speaking from Amazon's point of view, is stuff like planners and journals. Basically, all the pages in the book are exactly the same. Yeah. Our definition of low content is a little bit broader than that, and we kind of define it as books which are fairly easy to put together. So what we think is low content is also like planners, journals, as we said, like jokes books, riddles, colouring books. What else is there?
Puzzle books.
Puzzle books.
Actually, books. Do puzzle books fall into low content?
Well, not technically of
Amazon,
but I'm saying for our kind of definition. Sudoku books. We'll list a full. We'll leave a full list of low content ideas and suggestions below this video in the description, so do check that out. But essentially what you want to do is you want to find a low content book idea or book topic niche which is a highly profitable one that's selling lots of copies, and then you want to try and make it your own, make it a little bit different, stand out from the competition, and then you'll be on your way to a successful low content self-publishing business. So we've got our Amazon up here, and how to actually look for or gain some inspiration for some low content ideas is actually coming to the best sellers list. So how you can do that is when you go and come onto Amazon, you just click onto bestsellers and more, and then it will take you to this page here. And obviously there are lots of categories. There's 36 down the side here. Actually, should I just clarify quickly what the high content publishing is? So that's low content.
Oh, right.
Do you want to say what high content is quickly?
Yeah, so high content is pretty much the opposite of that. So pretty much anything that actually has like a lot of substance in the book. So like things like novels, we don't necessarily do novels, but those types of books where it's actually like chapter books with stories or information, or nonfiction books, as well as any books that are like how-to books or things like that.
Yeah, exactly that. And for us personally, we are very keen on having quite a split portfolio of some low content, some high content.
Yeah. So you got to hit all your bases, or cover all your bases.
Cover your bases, yeah. So we do preach that quite a lot, to make sure you have some low content and some high content. Yeah. High content are hard to put together than low content, obviously, because there's less substance in a low content book. But if you do the keyword research correctly on the high content, you can be a bit more sure they're going to really sell. Low content, you can produce them, a lot of them, quite easily. So that's why they're obviously beneficial for people getting started. So when you go to the bestsellers list, first of all, you want to go to the categories which actually have the low content books in. So where you can go, as I said, there's 36 down here. A good one to, is this on? Oh, sorry, yes. And then the good one to go to is crafts, hobbies and home, or humour and entertainment. So if you've gone to humour and entertainment first of all, you'll then come into the human entertainment category. And then down here on the left hand side, these are the subcategories or sub niches. We can use it term interchangeably, and this is when we can really find some really good ideas of some other low content book ideas. So just go into trivia and facts, trivia and fun facts, for example, and then here you have a list of all of the bestsellers for trivia and facts books. And what do we simply do from here?
Basically from here, you're just going to be looking for any topics that sort of interest you, or any topics that look like they are selling well. And there's a couple different ways to do this. Obviously, these are already the best sellers, so you know that these are obviously selling well. But then what you're going to go through and do is look for keywords within these. And some of them are going to be a bit more obvious than others. What I mean by keyword is just that it's going to be what people are actually searching when they type. So when they come up to here on the search bar, they'll type in like trivia books for kids or trivia books for adults. And that's the keyword. So you're basically going to go through and look for any sort of obvious keywords that are selling well. So like some of these might be a bit what's the word, like ambiguous, like the book of unusual knowledge. Nobody's gonna, unless somebody knows of this book already and they're specifically looking for that book, people are not going to be going into the Amazon search bar and typing in the book of unusual knowledge, just looking for a general trivia book. So,
and also you got to be careful with stuff like Guinness World Records. Obviously, you can't do that because that's a brand, a trademark brand.
Yeah.
And also, for example, if we chose this book here, first of all, interesting facts for curious minds. What would the keyword be? It's going to be interesting facts. People aren't really going to be typing in curious minds. So what this self-published author's done is his keyword is interesting facts, but then to actually make his title sound more appealing, he's then put for curious minds, because that's kind of a trigger for people as they're scrolling, like, oh, okay, my kid's got a curious mind, I'd like to buy that for him. But the interesting facts is what people are actually searching. And you have to get keywords into your title, because that's how people, or that's how your potential customers are actually going to find your book, by typing in these different search terms. And that's why I want to include a few keywords in our title to make sure that it can actually be found. So I guess we just pretty much scroll down the whole list, finding potential keywords which we can write about. Oh, sorry, go on.
So this is another one as well. Interesting stories, that could be a good keyword that people are searching for.
And what we'll do is pretty much just go through all of these lists, the different categories, subcategories, and then just writing down a list of potential book topics or keywords. Same thing.
World War II trivia, that could be one.
That could be one, definitely.
Random facts, random useless facts, maybe even. Crazy interesting stories. Facts for smart kids, that's another additional one. Like the for smart kids could also be so this whole interesting facts for smart kids could be like a whole long tail keyword that is potentially being searched. So basically you're going to go through and, as Chris said, just jot all these down, and then after you do that, you're going to want to go back and check which ones are actually being searched for a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So there's so many different categories you can go in. For example, colouring books is a really popular one. And then you can just do the same thing, scrolling down and looking at different types of colouring books, which are selling well. And then that could be a potential book topic for you. Yeah, and then as you said, what we're going to be doing from finding a few potential book topic ideas is then we actually want to make sure that they are being searched a lot and actually selling well on Amazon. So what we do for that is we use an amazing tool which saves us loads of time. It's called Publisher Rocket. And what it does, it essentially gives you search volumes, how many times a month each of the keywords is actually being searched on Amazon. If it's being searched loads, that's brilliant, because then obviously people are searching for it.
A lot of demand.
But if you're finding a book topic that you think is going to do really well, but you go to Publisher Rocket and it's not being searched at all, then you know it's a non-starter. It's actually not going to sell very well, because obviously your books will only sell well if people are searching for it and people are buying those sorts of books.
Exactly.
So let's go over to Publisher Rocket. So this is Publisher Rocket here. Let's get rid of that one there. I'm just going to go into keyword search here. It's got 4 different functions. We mainly just use the keyword research, to be honest with you. So what we're going to do here, let's just say we had a colouring book, and then type that into Publisher Rocket. And then from here, you just click on all of these.
What's so great about it as well is you only have to type in one term, and it will give you a bunch of other terms that are being searched that have either the same keyword in it already or a similar keyword in it. So as you can see here, we only typed in coloring book, but it came up with adult coloring books for women, Christmas coloring book, and literally this whole long list of other keywords that you could potentially look that you might not have ever thought of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we think it's just so valuable to our business.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you can see that if you had an idea to have a colouring book as a potential low content book to publish, and then you come over to Publisher Rocket, it gives you so many different suggestions, and you can see the exact search volume of each of these ones. So for example, colouring books for kids aged 2 to 4 is being searched 5,348 times. Colouring book adult is being searched 11,000 times. Adult colouring book for animals 4,400 times. So you can do this for pretty much every single keyword, every single book topic you can think of, and it just will either confirm your idea if it's going to be a good topic to publish in, or negate it if it's not being searched at all. There is a competitive score over here, which is basically saying how competitive this particular keyword actually is. And as you can imagine, something like colouring books is obviously going to be quite competitive because there are lots of colouring books out there on Amazon.
Yeah.
So what you need to do essentially is actually to niche down, and when you've got your overarching book topic which you're going to be publishing in, you want to niche down and actually try and speak to a more specific audience. Because if you just did a colouring book and put it onto Amazon, it probably won't sell too many. So you've got to try and be much more specific. So
it'll be way too it'll just be absolutely surrounded by all these other coloring books, and to be honest, it probably wouldn't even make it onto the first page if you did not niche down somehow.
Yeah. So learning the craft of actually niching down in your low content publishing business is so essential.
Yeah, it's one of the most important parts.
It definitely is. So if we go over to Amazon now and then just kind of discuss through how you can actually stand out from the crowd, we do have another video actually, don't we, on YouTube, which we'll link below, which basically take you through how to stand out from the crowd in 5 different niches. But essentially you want to be different from your competition. Okay, so actually the colouring books, they do have quite a lot of examples. So for example, let's just look at this one here. Whoever thought of doing a Stranger Things colouring book, absolute genius when they did. So when did they actually do that? Let's have a look. They released it,
months ago,
so June 28th, 2022, and which is what, 6 months ago from now, it's now December. So they obviously knew that Stranger Things was a popular show at the time. I haven't actually personally seen it, but I've heard it's pretty good. And then they've capitalised on it.
Yeah. And
now they're obviously making a really successful business out of successful book out of just the Stranger Things. So you want to try and be different. For example, you can introduce that one.
All right, it's a book. I don't even want to say that. That just is too vulgar for me.
Okay, so keep calm. And okay, I won't go into it then. This one's a good one. We saw this one earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
People at Walmart adult colouring book.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what that was, but apparently it's quite a common
if you're from the US, you'll know what People at Walmart is. I feel like,
apparently it's quite common. So
yeah.
I guess what we're trying to say is you got to try and think of potentially topical ideas or different ideas which haven't been covered yet.
Yeah.
And then
just
try
things
and
that
make
are
it
gonna
your own.
like Chris said, make you slightly stand out. Because just a generic coloring book is just there's way too many other books that are literally exactly that. So you just want it to stand out. And if you scroll long enough, you will find enough inspo to come up with your own idea for sure.
Hey, look there, Swearing Cats colouring book.
Yeah, that one's kind of cute. I like that
that's
one.
quite cool. Yeah. A Harry Potter colouring book.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that you can.
Has to be careful
not
with
sure
stuff like
about.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's true. Things that are like movies or.
The farting animal.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, that's a good point. Things that are like movies or associated with like
brands.
Like brands or trademarks. We've never done that personally, but we imagine there are probably some legal implications of that. So you might just want to be very careful and make sure that you do your research before actually publishing that, because the book could get taken down if like somebody from like the Harry Potter office sees it and is like, oh, they're capitalizing off our brand, and it's not like.
So pretty best to stick to steer clear of that, to be honest.
But just as an idea, it's like another way that you can differentiate.
Definitely. So you definitely be able to see now, and also definitely check out our other videos where we actually go into much more detail about how to stand out from a competition. So these 2 videos will work quite nicely together. But you want to essentially choose a book topic which you know are selling well by going to the bestseller categories of the different book topic ideas like we just went through, and we'll leave a list below as well. And then you can go to Publisher Rocket to check if it's being searched or not. And then finally, you want to try and really niche down to speak to one specific audience. Yeah. So that, I guess, is our kind of book topic finding creation in a nutshell for low content stuff.
I think the only thing we might want to add, actually, before we wrap it up is obviously not everyone is going to have Publisher Rocket. So one thing that you can do is
that's because it's $97?
Yeah, sorry. So Publisher Rocket
does,
it's $97. To be completely honest, if you're serious about publishing, it is like such a good investment and it's like completely worth it.
Because the tool,
lifetime access, and the tool itself will help you honestly make so many more book sales by ensuring that you have the correct categories and the correct keywords in your or for your book's listing. So it's just kind of a no-brainer. But obviously, it might not be within everyone's budget, or maybe you just don't want to. So basically, you can do like auto suggestions. So if you do like coloring books, so these that Amazon comes up with are here because they are the ones that are like searched the most. So that's like them using their own data basically. So as you can see, like coloring books for adults, coloring books for kids ages 8 to 12. And then these are other ones from an extension that we use called Amazon Suggestion Expander. We'll link that below as well. But basically, this just gives you other ones that might be searched, also pulled from Amazon's data, but that are not necessarily searched as much as the white ones over here. But basically, that's one way for you to make sure that the keyword that you're looking at is actually searched, is by typing it in and seeing if it comes up as an auto suggestion. So again, those are the two options. Obviously, this one is free and it allows you to see this, but the thing that we like so much about Publisher Rocket as well is that it gives you like literally the exact amount of searches. So over here, you obviously, all you can tell is that it is obviously being searched on Amazon, but it doesn't give you extra suggestions like Publisher Rocket does. It doesn't give you all these extra ideas, and it also doesn't tell you exactly how many are being searched. Yep. So those are the two ways to do it. So yeah, we'll have a link below for Publisher Rocket that you can check out if you want to. And we're also going to have the other, not resources, but just a list of content ideas, or topic ideas, I guess I should say, for low content books that you could look into for yourself. And is there anything else?
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope that was useful, guys. And do check out the rest of our videos. We've got quite a lot of content now on our channel, talking about all about publishing. We do publish high content as well as low content, so it's a bit a mix of both of those really. If you like the video, obviously, if you can give it a big like,
and give us a subscribe if you're enjoying the content,
and obviously comment below as well, because we like to hear what other ideas you want us to actually talk about on these videos, so that'd be really helpful as well. So I guess until next time, we'll see you then.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.